everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Bethany if you're new here, and I know that some of you may have some burning questions regarding my pregnancy, how I'm doing, and I thought I would ask you guys on Instagram to ask me a bunch of questions. So today I'm going to be going through some of those, basically going into a lot more of the details of my pregnancy and my plans and some things that are going to be going on in the future. Okay, so basically the first question I have here is, did you guys have a hard time trying after last baby? So if you guys don't know my story, I'm sure most of you have, but we had a recent loss in September, and we actually got pregnant right away after the miscarriage. Were we trying to get pregnant? No. Were we preventing? No. We were just doing normal life things. We were not preventing. We weren't planning on getting pregnant right away. We weren't trying to get pregnant right away. That's just what happened. And to be honest with you, I was actually a little bit shocked. Just because obviously I know how things work, but I just wasn't expecting it to happen so soon, and just the way that it happened, I honestly didn't believe that I could get pregnant that soon after a miscarriage. So, and in some ways it was hard for me to process just because of the recent loss. And I'll get into that in a little bit here, but yeah, basically we didn't try to get pregnant so soon after. Do you have a large wardrobe of maternity clothes? I'm looking for recommendations. So my closet has a few maternity clothing items. A lot of them I actually had to get rid of because after 2 pregnancies and wearing them all the time for basically like the majority of the time that I'm pregnant, things just wear out. And so I will have to find a few more things this time. I'm going to try to wear things that are versatile for not just pregnancy, but for postpartum as well. I did buy some high-waisted leggings, and I may actually buy some pregnancy leggings at some point, I'm sure, once I get quite big. But those are definitely an essential. I do have a few things, maternity clothes from Walmart, which I actually find are super basic, reasonably priced, and they seem like decent quality. And I actually have this sweater, which is great because it actually has some slits on the sides, so it can kind of grow with you. It's really comfortable, it's flowy, it's long. So I find like tunic sweaters like this one works really well if you're pregnant through the fall, winter, springtime. Oh, and I got the high-waisted leggings and this top from American Eagle, so you can find some stuff on there too if you want to look there. Is there a reason you chose to have a C-section this time versus a natural birth? It's interesting because my last 2 pregnancies ended up in me having 2 emergency C-sections. I tried to have a vaginal birth with both, but because of different circumstances, it just was not possible for me. And so they actually highly encourage you not to have a vaginal birth after you've had 2 C-sections, just because the risk of uterine rupture goes up after you've had more than 2. Every time you have a C-section, the risks go up. And so they highly recommend for you to have a scheduled C-section. And you know what? I'm more than happy to do that this time. It sounds super calming to me. I'm hoping that I don't even have to go through labor at all. No contractions. You have a scheduled day and time, and that just sounds really good to me. But for me, like, I live in Canada, and so I have public health care. It doesn't cost more for me to have a C-section other than having a natural or vaginal birth. And so basically it's just comes down to the decisions of my care and what they recommend, and they're recommending me have a 3rd C-section. And you know what? I'm good with it. I know what to expect. I know what to expect during recovery, and I feel really at peace about it. How are you feeling these days? Are you getting enough rest? So I just feel tired all the time. It's just that stage of pregnancy, the first trimester, you just feel exhausted. You just don't feel like yourself. You feel really sick and down, and I am just really looking forward to getting out of the first trimester and getting that energy back, because daily life things just are really hard. Like even this morning I went grocery shopping and it just like sucked the life out of me. Like I just want to lay down and sleep right now. I'm just so tired. Am I getting enough rest? I'm trying my best. I am. I do get a good sleep at night so far. That hasn't been a problem, but I just always wake up so tired, and taking care of 2 kids definitely has pushed me a little bit more to just, I don't know, I've just been kind of pushing through and just doing what I need to do and not trying to think about how tired I am. Do you have help from grandparents? So I do actually have help from grandparents. My parents live close by, which is actually something different than my last pregnancy and postpartum experience. I didn't have a lot of help, and so it was a really tough time for me. Of course, we have some people that are there to help us, but it's not like having your mom like live 5 minutes away from you. And so I'm so happy to say that I do have support for, you know, my parents to take the kids if I need them to. And, you know, Luca's gonna take off a bunch of work when the baby's born, and so it's just going to be such a different experience. And so yeah, I'm just so thankful that I do have some help this time. Did you have early pregnancy symptoms, or did you disregard that because the hormones were still present after your loss? So yeah, I definitely did disregard some of my symptoms. I was very confused because I didn't know if it was, my hormones still left over from my miscarriage, or if this was a new pregnancy, because you can still get a positive pregnancy test weeks after you have a miscarriage. So I was super, super confused. So even though I was feeling symptoms at least 3 to 4 weeks after I had my loss. So basically I just continued to have pregnancy symptoms into this pregnancy, which was super confusing. And until I saw the line progression on those tests, I didn't believe that I was truly pregnant, if that makes sense. So it was very confusing. So yes, I did disregard some of the symptoms because I had no idea if it was a new pregnancy or it was from the past one that I had. How are you managing taking care of your kids and dealing with the exhaustion? So to be honest with you guys, I will put on a show for them sometimes, and I will just lay on the floor with them and watch it and just rest and lay there and cuddle with them. That's how I'm kind of dealing with it. They still have a nap or quiet time during the day. And so during that time, which is right now, I will usually rest on the couch, and sometimes I'll have like a 20-minute nap, which makes a lot of difference for me. But that's kind of like my intentional rest time in the middle of the day. And then at night, I will make sure to just really take it easy on myself. But yeah, it is a lot of work, and it is hard, but basically right now I'm just pushing through because I know my energy will come back as it has my past 2 pregnancies. Yes, I am still tired. I know I will still be tired throughout my pregnancy, but my kids are really awesome, and they understand quite a bit, especially my daughter Braille, who's 4. She's so sweet. She just wants to take care of me. It's so sweet. So yeah, I'm doing well. I am trying to find activities for them to do. And I'm just trying to, I don't know, I'm just trying to push myself to like not get in my head about being so tired, because I don't want to let that affect the way that I parent and things, but I am taking time to rest too. Well, I'm trying to. How will you be preparing for this birth differently than the others? So it'll be very different actually, because my last 2 births, I was trying to have a vaginal birth. And for this birth, I will not be trying to have a vaginal birth. So like I said earlier, I am going to be having a planned C-section or a scheduled C-section. And so, yeah, it'll look very different. I feel like it'll be a lot more calm for me. And I don't know, I just feel like I'm going to know what to expect. So I won't, you know, try everything that I can to go into labor because I don't want to go into labor. It's gonna be very different in that way. I'm gonna know what to pack, what I need, what I don't need. Now that I've had 2 C-section recoveries in the hospital, I know that you stay for at least 48 hours, and I'm gonna know that I'm gonna need to pack that and maybe possibly a little bit more. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm prepared for that. So I guess I'm just a little bit more aware of what's gonna happen just because I've gone through this twice already. Okay, will you be revealing the name? And also, I got a lot of questions, are we doing a gender reveal? So we will be revealing the name of the baby when the baby is born. We've always done that. We've just always kept it to ourselves. Do we have a name? Yes, we have a name for a boy and a girl already, and we're very excited to use them. Also, we will be doing a gender reveal. We did that with my son, and we just found it so much fun. We'll just do it with our family, and we'll film it. So yeah, we'll do a gender reveal. It'll be fun. I actually have my anatomy scan scheduled for February 18th, I think. So around middle of February, kind of end of February, we'll be doing a gender reveal. So that's really exciting. I can't wait, because once I find, you know, the gender of the baby, then I kind of start getting really excited and I start buying things. So I haven't bought anything yet, but that's kind of when I start doing that. Okay, early pregnancy symptoms. So I actually made a video about this, actually about my previous pregnancy, but a lot of those symptoms I still had with this pregnancy. Just like I said earlier, it was kind of confusing because I was still having those symptoms at the start of this pregnancy. So with that, some of my early ones are dizziness, tiredness, forgetfulness, moodiness, like all the things. So if you guys want to, you know some early pregnancy symptoms, you guys can go check out that video up here. How do you stay calm getting your positive pregnancy test and at the 8-week appointment? Feels like I'm waiting forever. And to be honest with you, it felt like I was waiting forever too, because I just wanted to know if my baby was okay. It didn't really like click for me until I saw my ultrasound at 8 weeks, my dating ultrasound. And so that waiting time is really tough. I totally get that. I found something that really helped me was just keeping myself busy, finding projects to do, or, you know, tackling something in your house, say like organizing your closet, or just find projects for you to do to kind of keep your mind off of it. I know it's good to think about it as you anticipate it, but I find just dwelling on it can make time go by so much slower. So just continue with life. I try not to think about it too much and just try to keep my mind a bit busy. And of course I have 2 kids, so time does go by quite quickly. But again, yeah, just keeping your mind and your hands busy, I found helped a lot too. How do your symptoms this pregnancy compare to the symptoms of the others? So this is so interesting because my symptoms with Brielle and my symptoms with Kellen were like complete opposites. So I almost knew for sure that Kellen was a boy because of how different he was in that pregnancy. But this pregnancy, I really have no idea because I'm getting symptoms from both pregnancies, and I have been feeling more like unsettled, more like my stomach has not been doing well. That was kind of like with Brielle. It's more like sick feeling. With Kellen, I had that none at all. But with Kellen, I was a lot more forgetful. But with this pregnancy, I still feel like super forgetful. I'm just not in it, you know? And so I don't know. I feel like I'm getting like a bunch of symptoms from both pregnancies. Someone also asked the question, do you know if it's a boy or girl? Do you have an inclination? And I really don't know at this point. I don't know. I really don't. I think maybe when I get a few more symptoms, maybe. I don't know. I just really don't have a good guess at this point because I'm getting symptoms from how both the other kids were. How is Luke feeling about the pregnancy? We haven't seen him much. So Luke is feeling really excited. I actually told Luke right away when I started taking tests, and it only kind of really clicked for him when he saw that line progression on the pregnancy test. But he's been super supportive, and I didn't surprise him with this pregnancy because I needed someone to talk to about this. I needed to be like, am I crazy? Like, I need you to tell me, like, am I actually pregnant? Like, I needed to bounce my thoughts off of him. And so he's really excited. We're really excited. Also, he's a little guarded too because of what happened. And so we're kind of going through this together. You may not see him much on my channel because my channel is like a motherhood lifestyle channel. But he is in the background always. He actually works from home. So he is home most of the time, but he is working in the office. So that's probably why you don't see him, because he's always working. So when I'm filming, he's usually working. Does your miscarriage change how you feel about this pregnancy? I found it harder to connect with my unborn baby because I was afraid of losing them. And I 100% agree with this. I have found it definitely more difficult for me to connect with this baby so far, just because I am guarded. I am nervous. I don't want what happened with my last pregnancy to happen to this one. unfortunately, it's completely out of my control. I can do whatever I can to take care of my body, to take care of this baby. But at the end of the day, if miscarriage is going to happen, it's going to happen. And it's tough because I don't want that to steal my joy and excitement of this pregnancy. But do I feel nervous? Of course I do. I am always just like, okay, let's just get it to another week. Let's just get to another week. And today I'm 11 weeks. And so every single week that I progress, the chances of miscarriage go down. And so I am just praying and hoping that this pregnancy stays and that we are able to hold this baby. But yeah, like definitely changes the way that you think about pregnancy and how you experience it after you have loss. Definitely. But I think once I feel the movements of the baby, I think I'll definitely be able to connect more for sure. Okay, so my last question is, will this be your last baby? And to be honest with you, I'm treating it that way. Not because it is, I just don't know at this point. I've always said I will take one kid at a time and to see how we feel about it, see how we adjust as a family. I've never been like, oh, we want a set number of kids. This is how many kids we're going to have. Because I have no idea how much I can handle. I have no idea, what's going to happen to my body. So could this be my last pregnancy? Yeah, it could be. Am I treating it like my last? Yes, because I was just like, okay, I know I want, talk about set numbers. I know I wanted, around 3 kids. I know I wanted more than 1, but, we felt like we were ready for a 3rd. And so I'm not really too sure about 4. Luke is like, I would totally be good with 4, but we're going to see how we feel after we have this baby and how our family kind of changes and adapts and, how this baby fits in and how we feel. And if we feel like another child would be too much for us, this will be our last. So I'm treating it like it is, and I'm treating it like I'm just cherishing every moment that I can because yeah, it could be, but we're not setting that in stone at this moment because we'll see after we have the baby around for a little bit, how we feel about things. And so yeah, it could be, don't know at this point, but I'm treating it like it may be because 4 is like the max amount of kids that I am willing to have. So it might be 3 for me. So I guess we'll have to see. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this pregnancy Q&A. I hope that some of your questions were answered and you got to know me a bit more and got to see more in depth of my plans for this pregnancy, how I'm feeling about it. And yeah, going forward, I'm just, again, so excited to be sharing this again with you guys. I always feel super connected with you when I share my pregnancy. I know that there's so many other moms going through the exact same thing right now, and I just want to say I'm so thankful to have you here. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.